Okay, we are in Warsaw, the Paris called Łazienki. Tara gonna put the gimbal on it, so we're not gonna be shaky.
There we go. Hey guys! Who's all in the chat? Be sure to say something so we can say hello. It's like in the middle of the morning for everyone. There you go. David! Hey Salsa Paul!
Okay, as I told you, we are in Warsaw. The Paris name and the garden is a Łazienki. Yesterday we went on a protest in Warsaw. There was actually two places. One was, I would say that pro-EU, European Union, and the other was actually not against it, but was against the opposition, okay? Because there was some misleading by the opposition that the propaganda is about that the law and justice or the government wants to get out from the EU. That's not true. That's misleading, okay? All Polish people wants to stay in EU, but they want to keep the sovereignty, okay? So, like says, one protest was misleading people. A lot of people came from all over the country, but the thing it is, those people being actually, they got free ride from all over the Poland, and probably they got a dinner too, paid dinner. So in something like that, I would use it too. But anyway, we came today to Łazienki, and the history of the Łazienki, this palace, was from the king, was built actually for his wife, Marcieńka, from the king Sobieski. Anybody who remember who was Sobieski, the king, he actually, when the Turkey Empire or Ottoman Empire came close to Vienna, I think they had some kind of pact that they will Poland protect the Europe from the Ottoman Empire. And Sobieski came, and almost the Vienna fall down from the Ottoman Empire, but Sobieski came with his Husaria, and anybody probably heard about the Polish Husaria was the strongest military in Europe. So when they came, when Sobieski came with the Husaria, they just knocked the Ottoman Empire down. They give them the good. They show that was a big show off actually for the Western Europe how the Poland had the power, you know. But anyway, he built this palace for the. When he came back, he was actually only they call a hetman, so it was like in charge of the military, and Poland was looking for a king at the time. He was not from the royal family, but when he came as a winner, you know, everybody says we want him to be a king, and that's how he became the king, you know. So after that, you know, he was ruling Poland for quite a longer period of time, and Poland, you know, was very strong. Husaria was very strong military, but when the new technology came with the rifles, actually the Husaria didn't mean that much. they've been good in shapes, you know, in other horses and stuff like that. But I think the technology outdated them. They're making more equipment here, so we're gonna go around and I think Tara wants to go inside it's a museum now from the palace, so I think Tara wants to go in. Okay, but they call it Łazienki because of a lot of water here. You see the water around. Let me see if I can answer some of your question. Hey, Devan, Nicole, everybody. Well, yeah, everyone. Good morning over there. Here is good afternoon. Is what time it is now here? About I would 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock here afternoon. So it's nice and warm. Last time we've been here, nobody was here because of the lockdown, right?
And there was snow on the ground.
And there was a snow cold. My hands was freezing, you know.
Now it's a beautiful day.
Now it's a beautiful day. I have a good jacket, but it's a little bit warm in that jacket. But I don't want to keep the jacket in my hands, so I rather stay a little bit warmer. But at least, hey Boston, how are you? Oh, so okay, Paul. You in Louisiana? Okay. So we're gonna go soon. Tara just gonna get her stuff ready. Okay, and we're gonna go around the park and maybe inside the museum.
Yeah, the museum's open till 8.
Okay, Devan, you are in Miami. Okay, so we got friends from all over the United States now. Yes, Paul, it's a beautiful day here. Sunny and enough warm to, you know. Yeah, we had a group from, I think from Krakow, nice dresses, the original dresses. But now we're gonna have to find them. By the time we put the live stream, they went to the other side of the palace. But anyway, I want to show you that was the name of that. Okay, what it looks like. Hey, okay, you're in Denver. I have to tell you that I live 5 years in Denver, in Lakewood, Colorado. I missed it sometimes because I like the mountains. Yeah, you just come to Poland. There is a lot of women waiting for you, and they are beautiful. Slavic women are beautiful. So yeah, I love Denver. Yeah, I miss sometimes going to that Red Rocks, you know, Boulder, Colorado. I love those places. Yeah, Tara taking her jacket off because it's too hot for her. Yeah, I don't know how much you watched that protest yesterday, last night, okay? And when we get back to Orlando, it goes down this weekend. Uh, when we go back to Orlando, we're gonna try to explain about that protest from both sides, because there is a lot of fake news from the opposition. And like every country is a fight. The politicians like to fight each other, so the best tool to fight is probably fake news, propaganda. Tara called this propaganda. I used to hear that when I was growing in Poland, Russian propaganda, Soviet propaganda, they wash your brain. Yeah, some politicians they worry what happened in Australia because they worry that it will come here. Same thing. So I don't know. As you see, nobody wearing the mask here. So it looks like they. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, it is nice. One of the popular places in Warsaw where people coming and not only just to see the museum, but also to relax. In this park, it's very green. And it's October, which is supposed to be cold, but it's very nice weather here. But like I said, I want to a little bit talk about that protest.
What was also kind of interesting is when we were in the area where it had all the people for the main protest, we had no problem with the signal. But as soon as we got to the counter protest area where it wasn't as many people, we had absolutely no signal.
Yeah, that's what happened. We couldn't do everything on that protest because, I understand now. Before I didn't know why the receiving on a live stream is not that good, but now Tara explained me when it's too many people probably around with the cell phone, the signal getting weak.
I'm not using the live view when I'm in Europe. The other device I have, expensive one.
Yeah, we have little pigeon here. I don't know. He's very quiet. Maybe he's sick. He doesn't move. See, I touching him, and he doesn't even want to move.
He's expecting you to feed him.
They eat probably a lot of stuff which they're not supposed to eat. Yeah.
I've
Oh,
been
you
before.
see?
I ate in Italy.
Oh, now it moves. Now it moves, running away from the mayor.
Using the big one and the little.
Yeah. Yeah, there is quite a bit of pigeons in Warsaw. But like everybody noticed that Warsaw is very clean. At least on the west side of Warsaw, where all the businesses is. We went, I think last year or 2 years ago, to the east side, on the east side of the river, and there are some junks, houses. Yeah, let's go, Brandon. Fuck the Biden.
I explained to Dad and I showed him the clip. I was like, you know what? Let's go, Brandon means it's F go Biden. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, I heard on the back people yelling F the Biden, and then they try to cover let's go, Brandon. Okay. You see how you can twist things. Yeah. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Def Biden. Def Biden. Yeah, as you notice, I wear my hat everywhere. Okay, it's not because of the President Trump, which I kind of honor him, but also his idea. I want to see for every country. You know what I mean? Every country should say have the priority. America first, Poland first, Switzerland first, Germany first, England first. That's what it should be. You know, everybody have to take care of own country. And even I born in Poland, I feel more American than Polish, but I still have a sentiment to this country because that's where I came from. And America, for me, is number one. Okay, so getting notification from the Twitter, I don't know what that means, but what the hell. We don't do anything wrong. Sometimes we just saying, let's go, Brandon. Well, what you can do, you know, for me, no matter what you representing, you are a human being. You have the right, but everything has to be peaceful, no matter what you believe in. Take this way. Just put on my neck and there. Is it done? This way.
It's on.
Okay.
I had to reconnect it because I switched the microphone yesterday.
Okay, now we're gonna follow Tara. I think she's ready. She gave me also the microphone for her camera. So we see what she's gonna come up with it. But I also wanna tell you that we're gonna go leave tonight for another airport. And in the morning we got a fly. We're gonna fly to Ireland if we pass the test for COVID. We just took the test already, and hopefully we pass that test. If not, then we're gonna stay probably another 10 days in Poland. So. Yeah, we shouldn't worry. We don't have the symptoms of COVID, but you never know, you know. 2 years ago, I had a COVID and I had a good immune system.
1 year ago.
Yeah. Hey, Brooke, thanks for $10. Yeah, thank you. I didn't notice who gave that $7.
Guys, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated.
Yeah. Borg. Oh, Borg. Yeah, I met already 2 friends in Warsaw, who now you know, it was Soro and Cinek. Yeah, and I'm glad I meet those 2 friends, you know, so whenever they are on with us, at least I know their faces. And if you try to, you know, be closer to us, you know, I don't know, you can show some, maybe a picture of you, so whenever you... Well, for me, Tara doesn't like the Antifa, but I can talk to them. I have no problem to talk to anybody, you know.
When they're trying to stone you, you're not going to have much of a time.
Yeah, we're gonna stay, if everything is okay, we're gonna stay in Ireland probably for 1 day and then 2 days, okay, whatever it takes. And after that, we're gonna hit New York and Los Angeles.
We're not stopping in New York though. We're going
Yeah.
to be connecting from New York to Los Angeles. Guys, we got the Fall Love Fest on Saturday.
So, yeah, we're gonna probably next live stream gonna be in Los Angeles.
In Ireland.
Ireland. We're gonna show you some Ireland too. You know, actually, I never been in Ireland. The reason also, for the information, we're going to Ireland because the flights are much cheaper. Yeah, from Warsaw to Ireland, but from another airport, not from the international airport here, but it's like a 1 hour drive from Warsaw. There is another airport called Modlin. And
It's actually the sixth most busy airport in Poland. Lublin is the sixth most busy.
yeah,
I didn't know they had a second international airport that serviced Warsaw other than Szczepanski.
yeah. Hopefully they're gonna, in 7 years, they're supposed to build another very big international airport between Warsaw and Łódź. It's supposed to be huge, big airport. There are people fitting those. Okay, Nicole. Yeah. At least we're gonna show you Dublin when we're gonna be there. And myself, I'm gonna be first time in Dublin too. I heard a lot of good things about Dublin. Yeah, the new airport, what they're gonna build, that's true. It will be CPK. Yeah, Matt, say hi to your family in Dublin. Well, we're probably not going to be able to visit them. We're just going to go around, and for those who wants to be with us, we're going to try to show you as much we can about Dublin.
כן, וזה היום, כל הקומפלקס הזה, הארמונות האלה, זה הכל שייך היום למוסד הנשיאות בפולין. שאם הוא מארח, אני לא צודק, הוא לסם
How close your family is to you? So, are you Irish or? Well, Japan is very, nationalistic, but I met Japanese people, and they be very nice and polite to everybody, So I don't know. I cannot tell them that they racist or not because whichever I had a Japanese friend, they've been very nice to us.
At my home, the conversation was. I've been to Japan.
The-
I would say
yeah.
the culture is very homogenous. I've been to Tokyo. I've been to Tokyo twice, into Hiroshima and Fukuoka, and then Iwakuni. The people are homogenous. They're very polite. They are crazy.
I've had Japanese friends as well. It's a fun culture, but in terms of like,
I mean, every culture, every group of people is going to have its subset of like racism that's involved, but it's not,
like do Japanese people prefer to marry other Japanese people? I would say that's true. But when the culture itself is like very, unique and distinct to itself, so it may be also very hard to integrate when you don't have that cultural background, same upbringing as another person. The same thing with like Korean. Korean seem very close up, like Korean will date Korean. But that's different in America where you have such a mixture and melting pot that everybody, who's American has that cultural upbringing of being an American.
No to musicie uważać.
But they did have actually a Miss Universe, Miss Japan Universe, maybe 2-3 years ago. She's mixed Japanese and black.
It's just the way you thinking, if somebody don't like me, that doesn't mean that person is racist. Polish people, most of them, they're very patriotic. That doesn't mean that they don't like another, nation or something like that. Actually, they love to be around people from another nations, but also.
I would say, like, for me, like, I've never had any kind of issue being in Poland and everything. Of course, like, I look very different. People aren't going to see me and instinctively think, wow, that's a Polish girl right there. But, in terms of, like, being mixed and everything, it's not, like, people, I'll have conversations with people and they're more, interested from, like, they haven't seen. So it's not so much like people will be, nobody's like mean to you or rude to you or anything because of you looking different. People are curious when they haven't seen. Even when I go around Asia, for instance, because like people will know that I'm not like a local. So even though I may look Indonesian or Vietnamese or Thai or Malay, when I'm around other locals, they'll know I'm not from there, and so they're curious. And so when people like are staring at you, it's not from like a rude perspective, but it's something that's unique for them. And I think that's why it's like if you see people staring at you, you should go up and talk to them, because they might be shy to come up and talk to you. But it's a unique experience to be meeting people from different backgrounds, and also what you might not normally see. When I was younger, we used to host exchange students from the University of Central Florida, and so I was at a young age already meeting people from Japan, from Switzerland, from Taiwan. I remember Cindy was my first roommate, and she's a college student, and then so when we were house her, I was her. We were roommates together, and that was my first experience meeting somebody from Taiwan, for instance. And then I remember meeting students that we had from China. So it was a very good experience for me growing up with cultural exchange students living as house.
Hey, Soro, I'm so happy I could meet you personally. You are a very nice friend, and hopefully we can talk some more about my projects or your ideas, So thanks a lot. I'm very happy that I met you.
Fixing the balance on this thing.
Yeah, there is a lot of water here. I wish there would be some fish, but I think the small fish would not survive here because of the ducks, But the bigger fish, they should put some bigger fish. It would be nice to see the fish in that lake or whatever they call that. Thank you, Soro. Yeah, Tara told me that your pseudo name is Sorrow. So now when I see your name, I know who am I talking to.
And I told Deb that I wanted to go here. He's like, oh, we've been many times. I'm like, yeah, when it was freezing and everything was closed. So at least we can go inside a lot of the museums here. So we'll go later inside of Łazienki Palace. But Monday is kind of a dead day in Warsaw in terms of going to galleries and museums, which is what I like to do a lot. And because everything's like closed. So I'm glad that at least Łazienki Palace is open. We can enjoy, we're killing time right now until our flight. So we can go around the Łazienki Park.
Well, you mentioned that the Chinese in Australia think they are Australian. Well, in a way, it's true because I live in America. When I come to Poland, they look at me as American. But I have to tell you, when I was in America, they think I'm Polish. So there is double thinking about that.
The thing is, you got to think of it as you have nationality and you have ethnicity. So that's two different things. A nationality is what your papers are basically going to say. If you immigrate to another area, what national, like, who do you pledge allegiance to, basically? And then so, like, being a dual citizen for both Poland and America, my nationality is both American and Polish, ethnicity-wise, Filipino and Polish. I don't think America doesn't really have a ethnicity unless you're Native American.
Okay. Well, one thing I want to show you, okay, because every year my mother was making wine for the winter time, and they called dzika róża in Polish language, which is the wild roses. So the red thing, this is the fruits. You cannot eat them probably like that because they taste terrible. But as they're making wine, it was something good, and they have a lot of vitamin C and a lot of things which are supposed to be good. You can pick them every place they grow wild. But like you see, the leaves already turning yellow, and a lot of yellow trees covering the grass on the ground. Yeah. Well, wherever you are, wherever you live, we are all human beings created by God on this earth, and all people need respect. Even I meet sometimes people who not like I wish them to be, because from my way of view, I want to be a good person, do something good for everybody, for people. It doesn't matter where they came from or what they looks like, okay? And I wish all people be like that they think about another human being. Thank you, Brooke, for the $10. Thank you very much. I think that I'm gonna use the money properly,
I'm super happy with the gimbal you guys bought me.
Yeah.
So remember the gimbal pot? This is the gimbal I got, the Weeble.
We here, this place is like an amphitheater where once in a while they have the shows. I don't even know what kind of shows they have, but I'm sure the Poland has a lot of artists. anybody who wants to show their face, so we will know who we are talking with it, you can send a picture to Tara. And I'm on a Facebook. I have 5,000 friends on my Facebook. And yeah, under name of, you know my name, Szczepanski Marian, so you can find me.
You can find that if you go to the Polish American Brotherhood Facebook group page there. That posts also there. So from there, look for Marian Szczepanski, because I think he's got two profiles. With me, I don't go by my last name on Facebook. So but if you go to Polish American Brotherhood, the Facebook group, you can find my Facebook profile. It is closed, so you send me a message if you want me to add you on there. And actually, my Facebook's kind of dead. I just repost some of my old travel photos because I used to stream a lot to my personal Facebook page, but then they put me in Facebook jail for like 7 months straight from streaming. So that kind of just cut my willingness to even using it as a platform. So most of the stuff I even post just on Facebook it's just old travel photos.
Okay.
Resharing memories, because I used to use it as a diary for my travel.
Yeah, it's amphitheater. Yeah, that's they do the Chopin concert, but right now I don't know what day and what time. I'm sure on the weekends they do. Well, I don't have too much problem with my Facebook. Actually, they never blocking me. They blocking some of my friends, which are a little bit putting negative things. And mostly my friends, they are conservatives. And if they put some bad, they blocking them. But like I said, you don't have to be only conservative because I'm conservative. I would like to get opinion from anybody, everybody, I mean, liberals or whatever, you know. Like Tara doesn't like the, what you don't like, Tara? Antifa.
I don't like people who try to physically hurt me.
Right. Well,
If you want to come up and have a conversation with me, a debate, sure. I mean, I'm not into yelling matches, so if you want to have a conversation, that's perfectly fine. But if you're looking to smash eggs in my hair, slap me with a skateboard, you know what, just stay away.
yeah, that's what I think. If you're not violent, okay, you don't mean harm to anybody. I can talk to Antifas and see what do they have in their mind, why they are like this. I mean,
It's gonna be great. Dad's gonna meet Antifa, I'm sure, when we go to LA. So try to walk up to them and have a conversation.
well, if they're gonna see me with the Trump's hat, I'm sure they might be a little bit violent, but I'm not gonna take my Trump's hat because of them. No. I know what the value is of the head, the meaning of it, and I keep keeping on my head.
Dobra, okej, dobra. O, chodź, z teatrem będzie, no. Zrobię z teatrem. Jest. I może jedno tak, co? Okej. Ślicznie. O. I może jeszcze tu ładnie, bo będzie piękne, no? No. Oj, włosy są.
As you see, there is those trees looks very healthy. That's because there is enough moisture in a soil, you know, it's you know, I love the climate in California, but you know, all those traffics and let me see what canal this is the beauty. I like the climate in California, but you know, so many cars, so many houses. No, I feel like in a prisoner over there. You know, I like the nature. You know, where you can breathe easily. And I have to tell you, this air is very nice. The nature is nice. It's very beautiful in Warsaw. You know, if you get tired of that concrete in downtown, in 10 minutes you can take the bus and come here and relax. But also there is a river, you know, which people can go at the Vistula River. Thanks for that $5 donation.
Oh, thank you for the super chat. Who sent it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Who
Free
sent
Canal, that's true. California could be the good state. You know, I live over there for 15 years. Well, one thing, like for me, was easy to get a job over there. You know, to start, you know, if it wouldn't be California, I probably never would work for airlines. That's where I start working for Continental Airlines. I spent 5 years, and it was good opportunity for me to move to Denver. And I love Denver, beautiful city, you know, but I had to move out, you know, because the Continental at that time couldn't afford to stay on a new airport. So it's okay. I love Florida too. You know, it's very green, little bit humid, but what the hell, you know. The winter time is nice. And Stanisław Wyspiański, he was the writer, poet, and his statue is right here. It's still a bit cleaning, but it's still nice here, you know. The funny thing, when you see the pigeon, I don't know why, but they washing themselves in this stream. Maybe they think this is spring water, because they don't wash themselves in that dirty water over there, but seems like a nice clean water. I don't know where it's coming from. It's okay. Take your time.
You take the microphone.
Yeah, Nicole, I love the Fall time too. I love the fall time in Colorado, and I love the fall time in Poland, which especially when the weather is nice, it looks beautiful. Very colorful. You get the still green here, and you get yellow trees over there. Soon the yellow tree is gonna become red. So it will be very colorful. It's very peaceful here. Tara's still working on her camera. So I'm gonna sit down too for a while. And this way I can. Yeah, Florida doesn't have the fall time, but one thing about Florida that is still green, and that's what I like it. And Orlando is not that big city, so you can still the nature. I have the nature right behind my house. But I spent a lot of time at home. But I like to do cooking. You know, Borg. Thank you very much for another $20. You are a great man. And I'm sure that I'm gonna use that money very wisely.
We gotta stay on the road, Dad.
Yeah. Well, when we're gonna go back to Orlando, Tara promised me that she's gonna work on my project. So we're gonna talk more about what I have in mind. Okay, I'm sure some of you knows about that. I spend my retired time on solving the problem. Tara is the queen of Poland. Yeah, of course.
It's like Jadwiga,
Yeah.
King of Poland.
I will talk about my two projects, okay? And some of you know what's the idea. It is that I try to solve easy way homeless problems in America, and it's very easy, very cheap, and hopefully we can solve that. Okay. So. Hey, Mauser, good morning to you. Good afternoon here. But as you see it, my head is still there, and my Polish-American Brotherhood, you can see with the American flag, and also Polish flag with Polish eagle, and this is American flag, and this is Polish flag. Okay, and the map of the whole America, and there is a Brotherhood, sign of Brotherhood. Okay, Polish-American Brotherhood. So, thank you, Paul. Yeah, my son is making the shirts, but the shirts not good for washing, so we're making them for our future programs, which gonna be that Polish-American Brotherhood, love all the countries in the world, and we're gonna try to explain about every country, and also gonna be part of my project. Okay, so. Well, I don't agree with you. My idea with the homeless, it will solve the problem. Not for maybe all the homeless people, but if we can minimize at least by 75%, 80%, it will be very successful.
I często
Are we still in the same place? Tara still fixing her.
Yeah, I switched microphones the other day and I'm trying to switch it back right now. Why?
I like those pigeons here. Yeah, the world is much better with all the birds in the sky. Yeah, we're gonna keep the conversation about the future of America almost every day. Okay, and I will explain you that nothing is impossible. If somebody think things are impossible, are wrong. Look at Elon Musk. You know,
Impossible is impossible.
yeah. Look at Elon Musk. He came with nothing to America, and he didn't know even what he gonna do, you know, with the rockets. He went to Russia to buy some rockets, and they laugh at him. Now look at, he achieved the best rockets, you know, and same thing with the cars, electrical cars. He went to Germany to buy that smart car, you know, to put the electrical engine there. But didn't work, and he started building Tesla. So don't tell me something is impossible. The homeless, we can solve the problem. If we're gonna put our mind, there is a way to solve the problem. Actually, I have to tell you that I was looking for the homeless people here in Poland to interview them, you know, and I cannot find even one. I don't know, are they hiding or from me, or they not
There you go.
exist? And you have to know that Poland is not that rich country like America, okay?
Channel 1 and I'm channel 2. Oh, there we go. That took a while. Walking around, guys.
So Dad, who is this?
Is Wyspiański, he's the poet. I think he wrote one time a poem about birds. Well, it would be very hard for me to translate, but he lived at that time when Poland was actually not existing for 120 years. And everybody was talking about freedom in Poland, but nobody been doing anything. Thanks, Brooke. I mean, Borg. Thank you for another $10. Yeah, I wish to meet you personally because seems like you are very good person. You know, Tara, I appreciate very much your.
The support to the channel, because keep this going, so that way I can get. Oh, I'm pretty much set on all the equipment that I could, love to my heart's desire. I just got a GoPro 10, so that's coming in soon. The iPhone 13 is now out, so I am gonna get another iPhone because it's difficult when I have it live streaming over there, and then I need to navigate. So support to the equipment, and then of course to keep me on the road, because I like to be on the ground giving you guys live coverage. But the studio is almost set up because I really do want to focus on podcasting. I'm trying to educate myself as much about what's going on in the world, from being on the ground, seeing it, to how other people are reporting it onto the news, and let's break that apart and have a good discussion about it. So from the studio, I'm going to be looking forward to also connecting with other people to interview them on our program and podcasting about politics and crazy America and the world.
Let's go.
Well, one thing I have to tell you that we're going to try to open the non-profit organization, and the money which I try to raise, it has to come from the richest people in America. So we're going to try to contact them, interview them, also the politicians who wants to run for the offices, and all the money from the rich people we want to put in the homeless project. And I think one video I already explained to you how the project gonna looks, but it's the whole idea. It is to get the land, which we have a lot of land in America, right? And we can find some cheaper land and build some structure ready for bringing homeless people, and in return that they can sustain themselves on a farm, but we can see if they can do something good for America. That's been planting trees, which the green people is saying about, we have to do something to because we have too much CO2. Well, that's what the tree is for. We have to plant more trees. Look at that is in this park. There is a lot of trees. The air is so nice. It's nice to breathe, and that's what we can do in America. We can turn all those prairies. We don't or desert like the Chinese do, turning desert to a beautiful forest. All that.
Yeah, that's pretty unique actually, how they're turning deserts, like unusable land into back to being green. I remember when I was in Cambodia, the thing that strikes me the most when I think of Cambodia, other than of course like Siem Reap and Angkor Wat, is the sand. It's just red dust that was everywhere. And what the French actually did when they were colonizing Cambodia, they planted pine trees in Cambodia, which is, you can't plant pine trees in that kind of environment. So of course the pine trees never took to the soil and never grew, and because of that, it turned a lot of the land to be unusable into this like red dirt desert area. You got to put like palm trees in Cambodia in that type of climate. But a while back, they put pine trees, trying to grow pine trees in Cambodia. So if you don't put the right type of plants into an area, you'll devastate it, so it won't be able to grow. And then once it's hard to reinvigorate that plot of land to make it come back to life. Yeah. But so to reverse the process from a desert to green, that's amazing.
Yeah, one thing what I want to tell you that Spain putting a lot of they call oxy trees, which they turn that CO2 into oxygen. That's why they call them oxy trees, and they're growing very fast. They have big leaves. Okay, well, we have to know which environment that we're gonna put the farms for the homeless, and see what we can do. But the homeless can help us a lot, and they don't like to be on the streets and with all that bad environment. I'm sure they would like to have animals on the farms and chickens and goats, that they can sustain, grow fruit trees and nice trees, okay? And we love those trees. They're green, and hopefully the Paris Accord not gonna sit on American ass for not having enough, not doing enough, to environment. Yeah, one thing about, that's the biggest problem is just the politician. I'm not holding anybody's side, Democrats or Republicans, okay? But the politicians, once they achieve to get to a politics, they don't think about the poor people which end up on the street. And we know that the technology, I love the technology. I have to tell you, I love the technology, but the technology, when the robots will come, more and more people gonna be on the street, and we don't know yet. Well, for me, I'm probably not gonna be on the street, but a lot of people, mostly who have a problem with their life, end up with some kind of, they're gonna end up on a life. That doesn't mean you are educated person, that because we have a homeless who are being lawyers too, and they end up on the street as a homeless, okay? And those people need help, okay? They need help from the society, they need help from the government, and the government not doing enough. I just watched the program yesterday that New York spending $3 billion for the homeless. That's bullshit,
To break it down, the program that we were watching, they're spending on average $3,000 per homeless person a month
Yeah.
for accommodating them. And I was thinking back to when I was living in New York, like 3,000 is not a lot there a month and everything, but like that was a lot for what people are netting. I think when I first started working, that was what I was netting after like 50% of taxes being taken off of my paycheck. But that's a lot.
In my project, we don't give the homeless people money. We build it for them places, the farm, and prepare the farm for them. Once they come, they will be, of course, checked because, we don't want any criminals coming or something like that. But also don't forget that the homeless people, and it's not only that we have to take care of it. Some people don't belong even to jail. If doctors get for some kind of not criminal thing or whatever they do, they can also come to the farm and help the homeless people with their education and stuff like that, okay? But to educate the homeless people, it doesn't cost that much. The thing it is that if you need some education today, you don't have to go even to university. You can get all the information from the media, whichever you want to be. My information, how to stay healthy, came up from the YouTube. I got more information, just whatever I need. Hey, something hurting me, so I just go and check what's the problem with me. And YouTube tells me everything.
Yeah, I was showing the group last night. I like to bake, and maybe when I go home, I'll show you guys my cake decorating process. I make beautiful cakes out of fondant, and everyone's like, "How did you learn to do that?" I'm like, YouTube. I look at a picture and I recreate it.
Yeah. I think this is done from the stone.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Piece of art. I don't want to even touch it because I'm worried that might fall off.
I don't think it's gonna fall off. It's pretty cool.
Anything can be damaged, they can blame me for it.
This is like the perfect time to also be coming to this park because I like the change in leaves. So fall time, like the weather right now is fantastic. It's not hot. It's nice, crisp chill in the air. I don't have to wear a big jacket. And then the leaves changing color. I know we're progressively moving pretty slow around here, but this is a huge park. Similar, you have Central Park, but this is the equivalent of Central Park, but it's former royal palace grounds. So like I said, we'll go inside of the museum later on. But right now in the midday, enjoying the weather, the museum's open till 8. So we'll just walk around the grounds. There's Belvedere Castle that's here, and also a huge monument to Chopin. So we'll be covering that as we slowly make our way through.
Okay, follow Tara. You the boss. Poem Daddy just gonna follow you. Okay, it came back.
So this one time when we were in Ozorkov, my dad was telling me how we were like, oh, we're gonna go for a walk in the forest and go pick mushrooms, because that's one of the things to do in Poland is to go walking in the forest and pick mushrooms.
Or blueberries too.
Or blueberries.
Yes.
So me and my younger brother were like, okay, Dad, let's go for a walk. We ended up walking all day to where did we end up walking to?
It's called Sokolniki.
Sokorniki. We walked from like Ozorkov to Sokorniki. It was like maybe an 8-hour day of walking, and me and my brother were walking through the forest, and I'm like, I don't see any mushrooms. What is this? You know, Dad's talking about picking mushrooms, and then Mark goes, don't mushrooms only grow after it rained? It didn't rain. And so my dad's like, ha ha ha. He like tricked us to go walking for 8 hours that day.
Well, I have to tell you that I do walking every day. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, I go for a walk. I also swim every day when I'm in Florida, of course. Swim every day, and I try to eat my own kind of food, you know. Tara is chasing the squirrel. As you notice, they are red color squirrels, which in
It's a ginger. It's a ginger squirrel.
Well, I tell you, whichever country decide to be socialist, communist, or democratic or republican, that's their business, okay? Long as the people have democratically governing the country.
Dad, the concept of you just said the opposite.
What?
You can't have a communist country that's a democracy.
Well, I don't care what the people vote for it, okay? If they agree to be in that, but don't forget the communist is like one party, and you have nothing to say. You just have to obey, okay? So that's the problem with it, huh?
Therefore, there is no vote.
They have a voting, but the voting is a cheating.
You can cast your vote. It just doesn't go anywhere. It's almost like what we're seeing.
Right. I was in Poland too voting. I was like 19 years old, and I was passing through the poll, and they calling, come on, vote. They didn't even check my papers, anything, you know who I am. So I went over there, I just from the curiosity, checked the papers, and there was a secretary and a number one, you know, and there was no anybody else. You know, you have just cross over him if you don't like it, or don't do anything, just throw it in. Of course, he won 99%, but nobody in Poland liked him, but he won. You know, so that's the communists. Okay, one party rule, and we don't want that thing. Okay.
Oh, there's peacocks over there. Let's go this way.
So you know, we have to be aware who we're voting for it, okay? And in America, it's good you vote every 4 years or every 2 years for the Congress, okay? So next year, make sure you're voting the right person for your Congress. I walk and I try to read, but it's a little bit shaky when I try to eat. So some of you guys, I little bit maybe missed.
Scroll down, right, Dad?
I know, but it's still, you know, when I'm walking, it's. You want to see the peacock? Look at that.
Take your tail feathers.
He lost all the feathers already.
Feathers.
Used to we put it inside the house as a, you know, the feathers because they nice feathers.
Oh, this is Belvedere Castle?
Uh-huh. Oh, they have a food, but it's very expensive here.
It's a fancy restaurant, Dad.
Szczepanski, huh?
It's called is this
Belvedere, yeah, that's a Belvedere.
Belvedere Palace?
Yeah.
You made a restaurant inside Belvedere Palace? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they have a restaurant here, but we cannot afford to eat here. No, it's too expensive. We can just look at it. So if you want to look the prices, okay, it's in Polish money, but it's still, you know, 130 Polish money. That's about $40 for polędwica. Well, polędwica tenderloin is good with the spinach, potatoes. I don't think I can afford to.
Paul says there's a museum also inside.
Yeah, this is the entry to.
Summit on Monday. Today.
It go away the Chinese. Chinese looks like taking over the whole world. That's why, you know, they thinking that the Chinese gonna take over the economy, make bigger economy than United States just in 10 years. But like I said, if we solve the problem with homeless and retirees, the Chinese gonna be much behind.
Oh, there's an app for this thing.
Look at the colors on the trees. Who are they?
They're having competition, a European top competition, European top talent competition.
Now?
Yeah, that's what it said over there.
Yeah, but what they didn't say what time, right?
Oh yeah. They didn't say the time. It just the sign just says that it's having the European top talent competition.
Hi, gentlemen. We take a photo picture.
Let's go find Japan. I don't even know if I'm going in the right direction for Japan. There's an albino peacock. Look,
Uh,
there's an albino peacock. Show the white peacock.
well, they are females.
No, that's a white peacock right
White
there.
peacock. Well,
Let's see. There's a white peacock right there.
what's the difference between white peacock and?
Well, look at the feathers.
Yeah, I can see the
It's albino peacock. I'm gonna make this thing normal again. There we go. There.
Okay. Well, Tara wants to go to the Chopin statue.
I have no idea where it's at.
I think you're going the right direction.
I just remember kind of like going up.
Yeah.
There's a ton of places over there. It might be in the other direction. I don't think so. We all have time. There's a lot of crows in this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ominous.
Well, hopefully we're not going to lose the signal like we lost yesterday for that protest. So even if it's delayed, it's probably okay. Look at those birds there.
That's all the crows are going.
Those. Ta-da. Ta-da.
Huh? I think that's Belvedere Castle's over there. Two seconds, guys. I need to check this map. So it's going to buffer while I check the map on the phone, okay?